So it's Peter Kaufman.
Kaufman.
He calls it the five aces, and so that, sorry, I rambled a lot, but that's his kind of view on selecting managers. And there's a few things I think you need to add to that in crypto, like specifically around like risk philosophy, which is so important. Like, how wide is the distribution of outcomes that this manager considers possible? And 9 times out of 10, when a manager gets into trouble, it's because their distribution was insufficiently wide. Because truly, we like anything can happen. It's incredible, how like how applicable Murphy's law is to crypto. All sorts of things happen, and so really thinking these through is very important. And we have this kind of um, trader stereotype. We have a couple of these, but one of them is like I call the paranoid cowboy. Um, there's this wonderful line in Margin Call, which is a super underrated movie. But like the CEO comes in, it's basically the CEO, like head of the first investment bank during the GFC, starts to unwind the trades and like unload the dog shit on the clients. And he says there's three ways of making a living. Like, you can be fast, you can be smarter, or you can cheat. And I don't cheat. And while we've got lots of smart people, it's just easier to be fast. And that's always really stuck with me. I think the easiest alpha is just being first. And I think being in the kind of undercompeted corners of the market. And I think crypto is that for finance. But then within crypto, there are niches which are just not looked at. And like, these rocks have just not been turned over. And there are wonderful opportunities there. And so one of the types of traders that we're looking for is these paranoid cowboys. And they're cowboys in the sense that like a new product will launch and they'll like jump in, and on day one, they'll be 20% of the trading volume. And they'll be trading the hell out of this thing because they've seen that the way in which the contract is spec'd means that XYZ, there's actually a huge like arbitratable difference here. And they'll go like all guns blazing, like really fast into this contract. It'll be like semi-manual, semi-automated, kind of like cowboys. And what prevents them from blowing themselves up is that they're also paranoid. And the paranoia is like the critical element to being a cowboy, in that these guys are just terrified about what can go wrong. And they spend their days and their lunches and their night times dreaming about all the different ways in which this can blow up in their face. And they are constantly like building redundancy on redundancy on redundancy against that. And if you can mix these two kind of traits, character traits, I think it really is character traits. We've seen people like produce exceptional returns by doing that.